Hopefully this volume works good. All right. Boy, what a freaking day. How do I adjust this to where it's different? Like that. There we go. Big ass head now.
You like,
Huh?
you like zoomed in. Oh my god.
What? Too much? Too much head? Do we have too much head?
Yeah, you're a little too big in there.
All right, let me drop my head down. Is that better?
It's good, gotta catch up.
Hold on, she's catching up. Good afternoon, everybody.
Yeah, that's better.
Welcome to Friday night. Can everybody hear? Can you hear?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, good. Audio's good. We don't have a microphone. We're literally at the drag strip right now. So where's your slip at?
You just had it.
Your time slip?
Yeah, you just had it.
No, I didn't. Hold on.
Yeah, you did.
So we went. We're in Gulfport right now because we had court yesterday with the kids, handling all that stuff, which went not great. Mississippi prosecutors fucking lazy. But anyway, so we were in Gulfport. We're gonna head back to Houston tomorrow, right? So I felt like, hey, let's go hit the drag strip a little bit and do some little runs, testing out the 10-speed a little bit. So that's what we're gonna talk about today is the 10L. Everybody's been asking us on the 10L stuff. We posted a lot now, but I kind of wanted to just go over it, like what we've done with it, how Cadillac Attack went. We had a lot of vehicles there. It was a super fun time. And we've learned a couple things, but anyways.
So is it super fun time? Are we only saying good things about it?
Huh?
So are we only saying good things about it?
Yeah, we only say good things about everything because that's how we do this. Positivity, people, positivity.
But I'm positive I will not be going again.
Yeah, we will no longer attend Cadillac Attack, but it was a good event because of our friends and the team we went with. So just to recap that real quick, we went out with one of our customers, Chuck Emmons. He's got a 2023-ish regular cab short bed truck. So we were looking for the global B record, which was set by Cletus currently. I think he ran a 990-999, which, you know, pretty cool. So Chuck got his. We ended up blowing the differential the first pass out. Start off, he had a 3-liter Whipple. So it's 23 single cab short bed pickup truck that he converted himself. So it's full interior, has Super Cruise, the whole deal. Really nice because, you know, those only come as a work truck with a 4-cylinder. So he literally bought the truck, pulled the motor out, and did a V8 conversion. Tim King did the 10L90 on it. We've been tuning on it for some time now. First pass out, blew the differential to pieces. He overnighted a diff, got that in, went out. We went 950, which obviously secured us the record. Then we tried to launch again. We broke the front right axle, and I think he's been having diff issues since. Currently, he's at sick week and running it in 2-wheel drive. He went a best of 940 today, and with the 3.8 Whipple that's on it, he plans on trying to turn it up tomorrow. So it's the last day. Last time we turned it up with the 3.8, it made 30 pounds of boost, which is kind of terrifying. So we may get an 8-second pass or we may get shrapnel. I don't know. Second car, we went out, Tim King's Blackwing. If you guys have been following, you've seen that car on our channel a lot. We went 880, leaving in 3rd gear. We were just having trouble kind of getting it off the line the whole event. So 880 at like 159, I believe, leaving in 3rd gear, super soft, A to B pass. We're doing some changes on that car, and then we're going to try to go back for the record. We held the record previously. The record has been beaten by Josh Langless. So they've got the white CT5 Blackwing, Mike Sessa's car. I think they went 870, which is super awesome. Congrats to them. But we coming for your ass. We had our buddy Matt Bennett, who was out there. He's got a ZL1 with an Edelbrock 2650. I believe he went 850 out there.
I think so.
850, and then the car was giving us some gremlins, so we kind of did a little backpedaling on it. We got some things to sort out, and then we'll go from there. Wendy's car, we went out there, ran 880s, 20 pounds of boost. We tried to scramble a little bit to like 25, 26, and we blew the tires. Still went 880 though. So the last one would be Max's car. Max Anthony. If you guys don't know who that is, you live under a rock. Max Anthony's full weight, 4,511 pounds. 4,500, I think it was, pounds. CTS V3, full interior, full everything, went 880. So super big props to Matt. He achieved his goal. I said Max.
You just kind of shot her a little, just making sure.
He achieved his goal by far. So super proud of all of them. Max is actually building a C7Z with Pro Speed's FTR system, which is going to be pretty sick. So keep up with that one. This live won't be super long. We just kind of want to touch on it. All of these cars, except even Matt's. So every car had a Tim King 10-speed in it. So every car went to the track, ran numbers, drove back in their trailers or on the road, however they did, respectively. So I'm super happy with that. The 10-speed game is definitely on lock. We've got a lot coming up for the 10-speed stuff, but I can officially finally say that the 10-speed on the V2 and the swap conversions is a go, 100%. They're working great. We're literally leaving in first gear on a trans brake in Wendy's car. At Gulfport right now, I turned it down. I put a little more delay on the launch and did a second stage just to kind of ease the boost in it. And even on 1920 pounds, it just went 890 at 155. And that's still a full weight car, 4,300 pounds. The crazy thing on that Chuck Emmons truck, that truck is 5,600 pounds, which is unbelievable for a single cab, but pretty badass. Well, there's Lori. Lori, congrats. She went 940 in her truck when she wasn't supposed to do that. So she's actually out at Sick Week as well, competing. We've got Pocket Toys. He's out there competing at Sick Week. So Chuck, Pocket, and Lori, good luck to you guys. They've been kicking ass and hustling and going through trials and tribulations. If you haven't done a Sick Week, that's definitely a life goal for me. After watching the stress, I don't know if I'm going to be super excited about it, but hopefully we'll just take Wendy's car because it breaks less. It'll break more now that I said that.
There's not much left to break.
That's true.
I got all look.
It is true.
Shout out to Gulf Coast.
Yeah. One thing, if you guys watch our videos, we had an aluminum drive shaft in Wendy's car. We were at the track, go to make a launch. It had a cast front yoke. So basically the part that comes out and goes to the U-joint. She exploded that. Shrapnel. We literally pulled the car back to the lanes. Shane from Gulf Coast Drive Shaft. Shout out to those guys and girl. Shane was literally under the car with me, beating the yoke out of the trans because it had pushed up into like a bushing. Not only did they do that, they literally drove from Orlando to Tampa, built a drive shaft for the car, and met us at 7 o'clock in the morning, halfway between Tampa and Orlando, to give us the drive shaft for her car. We were able to put it back in and continue to make passes. There's no company I've dealt with that has done that level of customer service, and to them, big props. If you guys need drive shafts or anything, they also make custom cables, like parachute cables. Thought that was kind of cool. Anyways, if you need any of that, please give Gulf Coast Drive Shaft a shout because they are top notch. It's really rare to have those kind of people, in your corner and ready to help. At every track event we go to in the last year and a half, they've been at every single event. They've been at SEMA, they've been at PRI. There's no event they don't show up to. So it's a quick recap. I hope you guys if you have any questions about the 10-speed stuff, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do some Q&A. I think we got another pass or two to make here at Gulfport. So this won't be a super long live, but I'm sorry for not making it Wednesday. We just had court coming up the next day, and I just wanted to be prepared mentally and everything because, as regular people, we deal with regular things we need to. I was actually on the prosecutor side, so this is my first time going to court not being a criminal. But the prosecutor was an absolute lazy piece of shit and didn't want to do anything, so more on that later, I'm sure. I'll go through some Q&A with you guys, hopefully. Again, grateful that you guys are here. If you're on Facebook or Instagram, make sure to go to YouTube. What is it now? JWT Podcast on YouTube. If you want to ask questions, you need some answers, pop them in there. We'll go ahead and do that now.
You're really good.
I thought those were absolute shit.
There's not going to be any left.
I hated them. That's funny.
You're crazy.
All right. Jay Chilton. The V2 should be done Tuesday, and we get back to tuning on E85. Yeah, because He had a fuel pump issue. Thank God he noticed it early and we stopped. Best drive shafts and customer service, Gulf Coast Drive Shaft for sure. A shout out again to those guys and girl Mel. Man, it's so weird. It's so hard to find businesses that handle like that anymore, that are willing to put in the work to get people to make it through. That we ended up bringing another drive shaft for another one of Cal's customers, and they went and made a drive shaft for Brett LaSala's guy. So it's just crazy that businesses operate like that, and we're grateful for them. Andrew G, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Let's see, 10 super chats. Come on now, guys, hit the like button. Where did Wendy get her raccoon sticker? That was the star of the show for sure. Everybody. The funny thing, I bought her this shirt that says, what was it? I like snacks.
Yeah, it says like feed me snacks.
It says feed me snacks, and it's a raccoon. And I thought it was hilarious because it definitely portrays Wendy.
And the kids say that.
And the kids say that she acts like a little raccoon. So when she found the sticker, it was like a shoe-in. Everybody loves the raccoon sticker. So funny that you noticed that.
I guess I'm a raccoon now.
She's a raccoon. Oh, there you go. Max out there. Thank you, Max. Appreciate it. Max has we did some discussion today on his C7Z. First one was safety, putting a cage in the car, but not one that you couldn't drive on the street. Second one is adding some sensors to make sure that when that car comes out, it's gonna set the bar high, just like his V3 did. So I'm just super excited for Max's build. The fact that he's willing to do what it takes to make sure that he's safe and he's effective, that's something that goes a long way with me.
Favorite customer.
Yep.
Still.
I heard you're coming to Chicago soon. Yes, we are doing both of Bailey Zimmerman's cars. We're going to be retuning the twin turbo C8 and his ZL1. They are currently being built or modified right now, and then we'll be flying in there. And I believe Bailey's actually coming to video with us when we do the final dyno day.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Kids will just be harassed.
He'll have so much fun. He'll have a blast. But anyways, yeah, so we're definitely, we'll let you know when we're going to Chicago, and we'll kind of keep everybody up to speed on that. Why would one want a 10-speed versus the 4L?
Because we're not lame.
Wendy said that.
Gay. Just
because
you know how many gears I got now?
It's honestly, it makes a heavy vehicle feel significantly lighter. It makes it feel better. Just driving around with a 10-speed is amazing. The 4-speed makes sense for just a track vehicle. I get it. But when we build a car, I just think of it in a different way. Like I don't build a car to be just a track animal, because unfortunately for some reason I lose the drive for it, because if it can't compete everywhere, it's not as cool to me. Not saying the truck's not cool, because the truck is super cool. It's just not as cool, in my opinion. If it had a 10-speed, it'd be cooler, but you would be broken more.
But we wouldn't do a 4L80 either, or for whatever, because we would just do a turbo 400.
Yeah, if I was going to do a 4L, it's going to be a 400. So we would never do a 4, ever. She did it so she could do overdrive classes, which makes sense in the truck. I can do overdrive classes. 100% makes sense.
Right?
Yes.
And I sound cooler.
But a 4-speed would last longer at the track. That's why. All right, Chilton. Hey, man, hope you've been good. Yeah, we've been good. We've been dealing with some stuff, but, life is good. We're meeting a lot of really cool people, making a lot of connections. Some more news coming up for the cam shootout that we're doing. I know we haven't talked a lot on it because we can't really give all the details, but we do have Whipple Supercharger is going to be working with us. So more to come on that. But we got that. We got a bunch of people that are starting to kind of come together on it. This cam shootout that's coming up is going to be really awesome. There's going to be so much information. It's probably going to be a little bit of information overload, but we're going to make sure we break it down in a way that makes sense to people. So we're going to show, what stock heads do versus heads with a valve job, what different camshafts do, what an unported blower versus a ported blower does, and then we're going to throw some big dog blowers on there and see what the difference is there. So it's not all about a peak power thing. We want to show what the curve does and how these mods are actually affecting the vehicle, so you can decide what mods to do to make your vehicle most effective, because peak power is not everything. See, Alex joined our member. Thank you. I do have member videos coming. I know I keep saying that, but I'm telling you, I'm just trying to put it in. I videoed it and I hated it, and I'm gonna video it again. I've got a whole list and folder of different videos I'll be making, but I'd love suggestions from you guys on what you want to see in the member videos. It will be tune centric. It will be, how to go through different files, but I can do it on pretty much anything. So let me know what you guys want on member videos, and I'll make sure to get them coming. I will definitely focus really heavy on it this year. We're going to push real hard in the YouTube stuff. Oh, what did I do? I messed up. Hold on. There we go. Ulysses. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for the donation. Hopefully Ulysses gets his car back up going. I know he's working on it now, ready to do some cool shit with it. The P606 code that threw the other video, what causes that?
When I was at the track.
Hers? Wendy's? I think what happened, we were an alternator fail. The alternator's been in the car for a while. It was built by Mechman, right? Yeah, Mechman did it for us, but that was when they made an alternator for a car that they didn't make alternators for. We got a good 3 years out of it, no problems, and they offered to warranty it for us, so we just got to send it in. But I think between that and we have not a good connection front to back on the battery for some reason, so I need to run new battery cables in the car. So I think it was just a voltage issue because we haven't had it happen again. If you're getting that code on a 15 Camaro SS, so that's Gen 4. I don't know. Typically, if we get that code, it's a torque issue, but I wouldn't think on a 15 SS. But also, remember, those cars are getting a little old. It could be a PCM. I have seen it be a PCM before. What cage would that be, full or half? Part of the reason I don't want to cage my car. So, okay, so the cage that we're doing on Max's car is a 6-point. It'll have 2 bars. It's got the hoop and the harness bar. That way we can put a proper harness in the vehicle to keep him secured. Then it'll have the bars that go to the back, and it'll weld to the frame, so we got a good attachment point at the frame. And then it'll have door bars that go up and attach to the floor. The main benefit really is if the car rolls over or gets hit in the side, it's just some extra rigidity to keep him safe while he's making these passes. I believe the goal is to go 7s with it. So, we got to keep Max safe. He's got a lot of vehicles. We got a lot of things to do. We don't need nothing happening to him. The other thing that we would do, the next part of the cage, would be doing a halo. We don't suggest halos on cars that drive on the street unless you want to ride around with a helmet all the time, because if for some reason you do get hit on the street, you don't have a helmet, your head hits the bar, it's lights out. Many people have lost their life that way, and it just doesn't make sense. We cruising at 70 pulling this trailer. You're a pickup truck, I get it. But at 10 speed, you'd be cruising at 70 at 1,500 RPM. The newer 10 speeds are the T93 TCM. Yeah, so there's T87A and T93. T93 started in 2020 and up. But it's also where the Gen 2 trans started. We initially did a Gen 2. We had a little bit of issue, but I don't think it was that. And then we ended up going to the Gen 1 trans, which is like the ZL1 trans. Tim King built that. Circle D did a badass converter for it. And that's what we're on right now. So, leaving in first gear with the trans brake is really cool. Car's cutting like a 132, 135, 60, leave it on 7 pounds, which for a full weight car is pretty awesome. It did also, the first time we trans braked it, it wheelied in a Kroger parking lot. We need to make a video of that again. That was super cool. I was like, oh my God, it wheelied.
Yeah, that was funny.
Have you guys decided on tuning discount for members? So yes, I'm going to implement that. I've been fighting the website. Sophie's been kicking ass with it, but I keep not thinking of certain things and working on the scheduling and things like that. So I'm finishing the website up. If you're a member and you're in the silver or gold member and you are going to book a tune, in the meantime, just hit me up directly and I'll work on a discount for you guys directly. Outside of that, I will have a discount code coming. We're just trying to implement all this in the website, and that way everything goes smooth. The main benefit of the website was really to get it to where when we have a car that's like minor bolt-ons, you're not paying $950 for, a minor bolt-on in a car. So I wanted to make the pricing more dynamic. You've got a more complicated build. The tune costs a little more, but we get to, spend more time on it. So all good things. It just, with new things, it takes time to learn it and kind of figure out where we want to go with it. So if you are a silver or gold member, let us know before you book tuning, and I'll make sure to get you a discount for that. I was waiting on your reply to see what valves to upgrade for my build. All right, well, shoot me another text after this, and we'll check that out. You get there 238, 1300. I'm sorry, I guess how to make 900, 238. I mean, that should get you there. I don't see why that wouldn't. It's just your error that kills you. That's the problem. That's a video I do plan on making too. I didn't realize that a lot of people don't think of water grain when they're tuning. And you're a perfect example because Albuquerque has, shit DA, but it has phenomenal low water grain, which makes a very deadly combination because the low DA means, or the high DA means you need a little more timing, right? But the low water grain means you don't want to put too much timing or you melt something quickly. So it kind of makes a perfect storm, I guess. But I'm going to do a members video on that because I think that'd be something really beneficial, especially since like the Gen 5 cars and all have humidity sensors and you can actually calculate that in the log. Currently getting my cam installed, 22 SS BTR 220. Looking forward to getting tuned by you. Going to be my first cam and first tune. The 220 cam does really good and it sounds super gnarly. So I think you'll be super excited about that. And again, if you're part of our member, silver or gold, make sure to let us know before you book that tune so we can get you a discount. All right. Give it a little more time. If you guys, have more Q&A, if you're on Facebook or Instagram, make sure to go to JWT Podcast on YouTube. I knew tonight was going to be a little slow because we moved the live. Again, I apologize, but life calls and I had to handle some things before we did this. So we'll be on schedule again, not next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. We'll definitely be here. And I plan to have at least 2 or 3 good member videos before that even comes up. And then we can discuss them in here if you guys would like to. So if you guys have any more Q&A, let us know. And, we're going to go back to doing some drag racing. And then go get crab legs. So we're going to get crab legs. She did enough racing. She's good.
Pretty much.
Did you find your slip?
No. It was on the seat. It was probably under your butt.
It must be nice to run 8-second times and don't even care about your slip.
I got a bunch of them things. You want to see my collection?
Is it worth renting a dyno to tune or just get a base and finish it on the street? Still too cold in Michigan for the street hits. So ultimately, the street is the best way to tune. You could throw it on a dyno so we can get it mostly done, get it close, but you never want to finalize a tune on the dyno because it's never going to be the same exact load. It's never a realistic load. People that do that, they hurt cars. Not a good idea. So we could at least get it close. And then the good thing is once you book the tune, you get 3 months of free revisions, right? And I'm pretty lenient on that when you guys are in a snowy area. If it takes 4 months to get out of the snow, whatever. But then we always want to verify it on the street. So we can always do that as well. All right, let's see. The next tuning tour is going to be a little bit because, we have a lot of things coming up that we need to do. They usually start around the summertime because we like to take the kids with us. And we do our East Coast tour first, so we'll do that. And then we'll do our West Coast towards the later part of the year. Andrew G, as long as you keep sending $4.99 donations, I'll put it in the pot and we'll go get one. It may take a while, but you guys are doing your part. If I ever get a ZR1, just know that you were part of it. How fast is Wayne's V3 going to be? Almost ready to hit the track. Wayne's V3 has finally finished the dyno. We haven't sprayed it yet, but I think that's coming. Wayne's goal is a 790 with his V3. So typically when Wayne puts his mind to it, he's going to achieve it. So I would assume that's where we're going with that car. Hey man, my brother's doing a fully built C706, 2650, so I told him to get tuned by you. So next week you down to tune it. You know I am. I'm always down, Jay. You said you're not doing Cadillac Attack no more. Unfortunately, yes, we will no longer attend Cadillac Attack events. Like I said, I think the event was cool. I enjoyed it. We had a great time with our customers. But unfortunately, how do I say it the best way? The guy that runs the event has put a bad taste in our mouth and decided that because Wendy made a comment about the lack of turnout this year, that he would try to bash us instead of just asking us what we were thinking. So because of that, we will no longer attend that event. It's just not something we're interested in. We're all about positivity. We're all about working together. And if you think that, instead of asking how we felt, bashing us online was a good idea, then we just no longer go to your event. No big deal.
I wasn't bashing them either. Someone had made a post asking why there weren't a lot of videos, and I said there was like 10 people here with a sad face, and he took that as me bashing it, and that was where we left it.
Which we've promoted for that event heavily every single year. We've gone to that event every year since like 2015, 2016. So it's very sad. We're not excited to not go anymore, but unfortunately, it's just
it's not worth the drive. It's not worth the headache.
It's just not worth the issues or the bad dealings, unfortunately.
Especially now that we know Daytona's that week.
Yeah, and because we'll be going to Daytona. If you guys has never been to like a 24 Rolex race at Daytona, we got to go with the V Club. Check out our video on that. Awesome. That was such a cool event. And big shout out to the V Club for inviting us and letting us go to the suite. Super badass. We'll definitely be attending more of those. If you haven't attended one, make sure you do.
If you're not in the V Club, it's a very good thing.
Lori said it's going to be fast as fuck. It already is fast as fuck, but yeah, I get it. Mm-hmm. Wayne's car.
Oh, yeah.
Will there be a price difference on the tunes, like NA cam versus boosted? Yes. So that was our main thing, right? Because if you got just a bolt-on NA car, the tune price was the same price as like a bolt-on Z06, which is significantly more tuning. Or like a heads cam car was the same price as a car that only had intake and exhaust. So I didn't feel like that was fair, and I always base my tuning on being fair. So yes, the website is way more dynamic, so make sure you put your mods in there properly. But yes, the simpler cars will be simpler, the more complex cars will be more. The other thing is we offer a fast pass, because there is a few of those guys that are like, man, I really want the tune done, and I want it done now, and I want it done, in a few hours. So that option's there. It's $500, but if you want it, you can have it. It's, one slot a day, only one a day. Our tune's locked to the HP tuner device. I'm planning on having my builder upload the base tune, breaking the motor, take over from there. So make sure that if you have an HP tuner, you use your HP tuner, because it's based on the credits. So the tune will have to be loaded with credits on your device. If he loads it with his device, you will have to buy credits for your device as well. And then you're buying credits twice for no reason. Thoughts on the C801? I mean, it's fucking awesome, but the ZR1X is even crazier. Hot take: a lot of people are like, "Oh man, my race car goes 860," but does your race car go 860 on 93 octane on Pilot PS4 tires? That's the crazy thing. And I get it's all-wheel drive, blah blah blah, but like, seriously, a car that you can buy from the dealership, go to the drag strip on the tires it came with, on the fuel you pumped out of the gas tank, and go at 860. Imagine if they put just E30 in that car, because it is a wideband car. It will adjust for that. I mean, what's possible? 850s, 840s with a stock car? I mean, I don't care if that thing was $400,000 or $500,000. It's worth every penny. I mean, people are like, oh, I could build that fucking shit box and go fucking 860, blah, blah, blah. No, you can't. No, you can't. It won't be that nice. And you're not doing it on Pilot PS4s. Are you going to get a C8 once Trans gets unlocked? Once the Trans is unlocked, we do plan to buy a C8, probably an E-Ray. So book your tuning, because we're going to need it, because they're still $100,000. But Max, the turnout was shitty. I agree, but I wasn't negative the whole event. Even with the shit turnout, I was still excited to be there and help the customers, just like I always am. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty hurtful to see his comments talking shit about us when we were really, I thought pretty beneficial to the race. Either way, it is what it is. Does Max Out Lawyer have any content on his Z06 build? Max, do you have a YouTube going yet? Because you got some crazy builds. It'd be really cool to see more on your car. I was thinking what we should do is swing by your house on the way back, because we need to do some touch up on the V3. If you're around, maybe do a video on the V3 build and kind of just tell people about it. Might be an option.
That'd be cool.
We head back tomorrow anyways. And actually Wayne has my C7, so he's going to be doing the fab work to run the tube out the front for the intake. We have confirmed that we will be putting the car on an FTR from Pro Speed. They're going to be setting us up with an FTR system for the car. So a lot's going to be coming with the C7. It'll be nice to have it in my own vehicle so I can kind of really feel it out and help and work with development and, you know, bring some new things to the platforms. So, because I think still at the end of the day, the end all be all is going to be the FTR for the guys that really want to go fast, safely, effectively, and on any surface. Max has a red CTSV, yes. He also has a C7. He also has an F-150. He also has an Escalade V.
F-150, the new truck for his
the
wife.
New Denali.
So she
He has another Escalade tow truck. Max has a lot of shit. Max, you need your own YouTube channel too. Once they badmouth you publicly, don't look back. That's how I look at it. If you ever see me say something bad about somebody online, rest assured I did everything in my power to try to set it correctly, or to make things right, or to not have an issue. And I feel like that same thing wasn't awarded to us. So.
Well, no, and he made stuff up too.
Yeah.
Well, you were kicked out of the track and blah blah blah. No, Justin got yelled at by security.
I did get yelled at by the police for racing my moped.
Yes. And that was it. So he made it out
like
he
made it out like we were getting kicked out of the track for something we did wrong. If you think that's wrong, you're a loser anyways. It's just the way he handled it. It was shitty. I don't want to dwell on that. We're looking forward, positivity, and working together with people. Where on your website do you find a revision for booking? For the revisions, we're just going to still use Setmore. So justinwhitetoon.setmore.com. Do your current customer revision there. But for booking tunes, it's justinwhitetoon.com. I try to make it as simple as possible. That's where you book it. Track time, justinwhitetoon.com. I have all that set up there as well. So if you guys have suggestions, let me know. The C7Z has been getting built since August at HPS. Yes. But perfection takes time, Max. Remember that. Rushing never works on race cars. Never rush race cars.
A month ago is 2025. Y'all calm down.
Saw the pure drivetrain solution, stage 3, 10 speed. It's crazy. I've never tuned one of the pure drivetrains, so I don't really know. I know with Tim King stuff, with Wendy's car, we're making 1400 wheel, and it shifts like that. We posted some videos, so go check those out. We've got one in the Smurf car. You can see that thing clicking through gears like a maniac. Sounds like a DCT. It's wild. So
I just launched so hard my mirror came off.
Yeah, she did just break her rear view mirror launching the car. So it's working out great. Max says, please. All right, Max, I'll hit you up. We'll make sure. We'll make a little side quest. Is there going to be price for after 3 months and modified or no? Yes, there is the after 3 months and before 3 months is still on justinwhitetoon.com. So if you're after the 3 months, make sure you book there. Do not just book the free spots on the Setmore app, or your appointment will just get deleted. And then you waste my time, and I'm going to charge you $100.
I will delete it too.
All right, let's see. Need some drivability. That's what we're going to come do. More or less, how many hours do you think I'd need to rent for the dyno? 4 hours to $800. Ooh. That seems a little expensive. Oh, yeah, I guess it's not $200 an hour. What I like to do is get everything kind of roughed in first. So always let's do what we can on the street to get everything lined out so we're pretty much ready for wide open, and then go to the dyno. That way we could wrap it up within 1 to 2 hours. If they put a new stock trans in my car, do I have to reflash the tune or no? No, but you do have to reset the adapts. And in our members area, there is a spot to tell you how to fast adapt the Gen 5 cars. Make sure you follow that video. Don't use pure, use Tim King.
I second that.
We second that as well.
He's such a great person and a great business and amazing to work with.
Tim has always been good to work with. If we're tuning a car for Tim and we're like, hey man, I think there's something might be wrong with this, send a trans back, he'll go through it, everything's taken care of, customer service is there. He's just always on point, and he always makes sure everybody's taken care of, and the shit just works. So, we had issues with Max's V3 when we went to LS Fest. Wouldn't follow the command on the shifts, would just randomly all over the place. I think it was a valve body problem. So he got with Tim King. Tim built him a trans, and you saw what happened to Cadillac Attack. So, proof is in the pudding. every car there had a 10-speed. Every car there drove into the trailer or onto the street after the event. So it's a little hard to deny that, because everything there, every car we went to Cadillac Attack with went in the 8s, which is pretty damn cool, I think, except for the truck. But I mean, like, it's a almost 6,000 pound truck.
And he still went way faster than we thought.
Yeah, he still went way faster than I thought he was going to go. And 940 and 2-wheel drive at Sick Week is crazy. He does plan on putting the small pulley back on it tomorrow. So God knows what it's going to run, but we will find out what that Whipple 3.8 is made of. The one key thing, thank you, Los SS. Appreciate that. And by the way, I got your file. I'll give you an update, and I'll be in Houston tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah.
One of the two. But one thing I thought was crazy. So we've been talking to Dustin Whipple quite a bit. We've always run Maggies on our cars. I still currently run Maggies. I know Whipple's had some issues in the past, but he seems very dedicated to trying to sort that out. So something we found kind of cool, we went from a 3-liter on that truck, Chuck Emmons truck, to a 3.8 with the same pulley, went from 15 pounds of boost to 30, which is insane. So we went up half an inch on pulley size, and even turned down a little bit, it still makes 23 pounds, which is just wild to me. So if they do figure out the GM 3.8 stuff with Whipple, I think Maggie and those guys are going to be in some trouble, because that thing's going to make some crazy power. Stop asking discounts, pay JVT a standard price, because it's worth way more than he charges. I have had cheap tuners and cost you so much more in the long run. I agree. That's also why we wanted to make sure the pricing was dynamic, because honestly, at the end of the day, if I make enough to make me happy, then I put in as much effort as we need. Everybody's happy. Everybody's getting along. If I feel like I'm getting cheated, or you're like 6-7 months into a tune and you don't pay, the revision, I'm going to be sour, and I don't want to do that while I'm working for somebody. I've heard Whipples aren't great on LTs. I told my buddy to go Maggie. True. The 2.9 absolutely always had issues. But when I was at PRI and actually met Dustin, I didn't realize who it was at first. And we talked about the 2.9, and he was like, yeah, they definitely had issues. We're working on fixing that. With the new 3-liter Gen 6 is supposed to be fixed. I don't know. I haven't tested anything. I am absolutely looking to it. When Chuck finishes Sick Week with that 3.8, he's going to pull it back off the truck. We're going to go through it. We'll see how it looks and kind of go from there. But the fact that he seemed optimistic to be getting it right, it'd be cool to have a 3.8 offering that actually works from the bottom up and can sustain 30 pounds of boost. You can't say it isn't going to change the game. But at the same time, it is to be seen. But most people, you tell them that you've had a lot of issues with their products, they usually go into denial. He 100% did not do that. He said, we understand, we have, and we're working on fixing it. So, how much boost is that truck running? A stupid ad popped up as soon as you went to say. Currently, with the 3.8, with a 3.5-inch upper pulley, Chuck is running 22 to 23 PSI. And again, he went 940 and 2-wheel drive, so he's like babying it out the hole. But tomorrow he plans to put the 3.0 pulley back on and see how close to 30 pounds we can get with the fuel system he has. So I'm excited to see what it does. What's your thoughts on some of the guys swapping the stock blower for like Pro Charger? Is it worth it? I think a Pro Charger on a 6th gen Camaro does great. For some reason, the belt lives. On a C7, it just seems like a nightmare. It's always belt issues. There's always something coming up. I just haven't had that much luck out of the C7 guys. Outside of that, the Pro Charger itself is fine. Will you be at Tex 2K? I am pretty positive we will. Yeah?
I don't know.
We'll keep you
I
up
don't
to
know,
date.
because it's the same time as the Puerto Rico race,
Muscle Mania.
Muscle Mania.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends how many of my people in Puerto Rico are going to be at the track for Muscle Mania. We may do that and then fly in. I don't really know yet. But we'll keep you guys up to date on that. For C7 3.8. So that's the goal. If they work out the 3.8 and I see a couple of them doing well and Dustin's on board, I will absolutely put a 3.8 on my car. We would just all have to come together and say a prayer for the engine that's in it and start saving up for another motor, because that 3.8, if it pops 30 pounds of boost in that truck like that, I'm sure it's going to be even crazier in my car. You got anything else?
No. No.
All right, Max. 2 PSI 12 rib Grim Reaper just released. Thoughts? The cool thing on that, if you guys haven't seen that, 2 PSI just dropped their 12 rib setup, and they did a new tensioner. The cool thing about the tensioner is it puts the idler on the correct side of the belt. And what I mean by that, if you watch, LMP just did a video on a ZL1, and they made their own idler tensioner setup, but they explained it. So basically, on the drive side of the pulley, you have a flap belt, the slack, and that starts to hop, and it hops over the pulley, so you get a lot of slip. So putting the idler on the other side keeps everything tight to the pulley, and ultimately they haven't had any belt issues out of that, and I think they're making like 1,400 with the 2650. So I think this is going to be incredible. A lot of people don't know, but 2 PSI is owned by Mike Sitar, who used to be the president of Magnuson. So when it comes to belt routing and things like that, his blower knowledge, he knows what he's doing. So none of this is a guessing game for him. But yeah, we'll be definitely running that on my C7 as well. I'm excited for that. I think that's going to be crazy. If you haven't ordered it yet, order it now, order it fast, because he's going to be sold out, I guarantee, and he's going to be fighting to keep up with those. If you end up going to 2K, we'll be doing some tuning out there. Absolutely. Anywhere we're at, we stay ready with a laptop on deck. So
Yeah, we're never not tuning.
yeah, we're never not tuning. When is the next time you be coming to Birmingham or close to Alabama? It would have been this weekend, but the guy didn't want to pay the price. He wanted a heavy discount, and I couldn't do that. But I'm in Gulfport quite often. That's not that far. I'm literally in Gulfport right now. If you want to meet tomorrow, holler. Didn't he have a 13960 a Cadillac attack in the truck? Yes. But now he's doing like 1660s because we're having to leave so easy in first gear, or I'm sorry, in two-wheel drive. So even with like a 1660, like what did he just do? Hold on, let me look at it so I'm not wrong. He just sent it to me. 153 60 foot, 6'1" at 118 to the eighth, 9'4" at 146.8 out the quarter. So I don't know if it'll show you or not. No, it won't. Sorry. Anyways, super crazy. That's a new Global B truck record again. So, but we're not going to post it until he tries out the other pulley tomorrow. Would you turbo your C7? So I would have turboed the C7 a long time ago, but it's something that's weird is when we turboed the CTSVs, a lot of customers that had supercharged CTSVs started having other people tune their cars because for some reason they thought I forgot how to tune superchargers. I don't know. So that's the reason I'm going to stick with a blower on the C7, because I don't want you guys to think I forgot how to do blowers. I hope that makes sense, because it definitely didn't make sense to me.
That's exactly what happened, though.
It is what happened, and it just doesn't make sense.
People even ask, do you still tune blower cars? Like, we still tune everything.
All right. I purchased a build consultation with you in summer that you had to reschedule due to something on your end. How can I get rescheduled? Just hit me up, text me, 346-213-8334. Shoot me a text. I'll get you right away. We can handle it tomorrow. Do you always recommend a trans tune when doing a cam? Yes, because even on a stock car, the trans tune is significantly important. So I would absolutely do that. Plus, when you book your tuning, you get both anyways. It doesn't cost any more. Mike Sitar is a legend. I'm still trying to get him to do a podcast with me, but he keeps coming out with new stuff, and he's just busy. Man travels the world, but he still answers our questions from wherever he's at, even if he's in, Malibu or freaking
Paris
or
whatever he's doing.
Yeah, he still answers questions to make sure we're taken care of. So,
he's a man on the move.
How much faster would you be turbo? Well, I mean, we could base that on Jonathan Pollitt's car. We went to the half mile and trapped 176 in the quarter, spinning to 130 with a stock motor. So imagine a motor that has rods and pistons in it. I don't know.
It'd be too fast for me to safely drive to the track.
Yeah. It would be super fast. I just don't. It's just not going to happen, unfortunately, because I want to make sure that we appeal to our customer base.
If we can get a C8 without selling the C7, then we might find out.
If we do a C8, it's definitely getting turbo though.
Then never mind.
Because they have to come turbo pretty much. I mean, they come like that factory. So if we buy one that doesn't have turbos, we just got a discount and we turbo it. ZR1X, baby. All right. Not trying to cut you guys short, but we're gonna head on out of here. We got a little bit of racing to do and some crab legs to go eat. But remember, not next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, I'll be here. I'll be on point. If you're not in our member section, get in our member section. Silver or gold members, make sure to let me know before you book tuning for a discount. And we have member videos coming up. So give us suggestions as well. But outside of suggestions, I already have some pretty cool ones whipping up, and I'll have those out probably into next week. Outside of that, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.